Hey folks, I'm not gonna lie here. When I go back 2-3 years into my video content, I cringe at some of my playing. Of course, you're always progressing, you're always trying to get better, and in this video here today, I'm gonna talk about personal ways that I've improved my playing along the past several years. That way, you can take some of these pointers and apply it to your own playing, and this should help us figure out ways to get better at bluegrass guitar. So number one I have written down, and this is not a sponsored post or anything like that, is using the app Strum Machine. If you haven't used this app and you're trying to learn bluegrass, I would go download it immediately. I'm not going to go into the full details, but it's basically a digital backing band in your pocket. You get into the app, there's hundreds and hundreds of preloaded backing tracks. You can go in, play along to a tune, whether that's rhythm, whether that's lead. And the best thing about Strum Machine, in my opinion, is that it gives you repetitions. When you're learning how to play this style of music, or really guitar in general, repetition is key to both figuring out how to play, but also learning from your mistakes, which I'll get to in just a second. And Strum Machine is just the entire package. Let's say, for example, you want to go and learn a little bit of lead to like I'll Fly Away, right? You just go into the app, find it here, and then you're on your way. With Strum Machine, you can choose whatever speed you want to play it at. You can speed it up over time. You can add and remove instruments. It's just an all-around great practice tool because it acts as your metronome as well, which if you've ever used one of these and tried to practice guitar, it's not always easy to do. And so I highly recommend Strum Machine. It's progressed my playing further than probably anything musically over the past several years. I almost get out of breath when I talk about how much I love Strum Machine. Number two that I have written down is to embrace your mistakes. Mistakes are going to happen when you're learning bluegrass guitar. It's just part of it. And you're gonna make mistakes in live shows or when you go play in a jam, and I've talked about this on my videos as well. Mistakes are important because when you make mistakes, it means that you are trying things that you are probably uncomfortable with. You might have your G-C-D chords down. When you go to play a G run or maybe just a couple blue notes, it can feel really intimidating even if you're practicing by yourself, but you have to go and try it. The more you try, the more you fail, the more you will learn, and that is the only way you progress. There's a connection we can make to grade school that might illustrate this better because I remember taking tests and turning the test into the teacher. She would mark the wrong questions wrong, she'd return it, and she'd say, find the right answer, right? You have a second chance to go and learn from your mistake. And I think you can translate that to your guitar playing. If there's a part where you're getting caught up at, really focus on like what is wrong with that. Is it your pinky finger not pressing down, getting that clean note? Whatever it might be. But learn from those mistakes because then you'll figure out how to not make it the next time. Okay, next way to get better at playing bluegrass guitar I have written down is to film yourself, all right? This might feel uncomfortable for some folks, but it can really teach us a lot about our mechanics, about getting that clean in time lick or whatever it might be. So I've got a story here. When I'm filming for YouTube or social media or what have you, this is what my camera looks like. I've got the screen pointed back at me. And what I realize is that when I am looking at that screen in real time and not focusing on my fretting hand, but focusing on my picking hand here, I tend to play more accurately. I guess it's because I'm getting that instant sort of feedback. I'm not sure. And so my recommendation is, even if you sound good, film yourself and look at ways that you can improve, whether that be, trying to, something I'm really bad about, just keeping everything close together. Sometimes I'm like, my hand goes off the fretboard, or maybe I'm sitting weird or tensing up at a spot, and going back and looking at footage just tells me really quickly, oh, okay, I need to work on that. So film yourself, it'll come in handy. Okay, next point here that basically connects to the last one. In addition to watching yourself on screen, make sure that you're observing what other players that you're watching online are doing. And I mean everything, right? From the position of their arms and how much they're moving their wrist to if their pinky's planted or not. All of this impacts your playing, and everybody's a little bit different. And so you can watch players, how they sit, how they're holding their picks, what fingers they're using for certain licks. We can really, really learn a lot just by watching, whether that be online or in person. And the last thing I have written down that's helped me progress over the past couple years is I stopped chasing speed. Yes, we all want to be speed demons like Billy Strings and Tony Rice, but you cannot progress and learn this style of music if you're thinking you have to play everything at like 120 beats per minute. If you're inside of my paid course, Flatpick Foundations, most everything is demoed at 60 to 65 beats per minute. And when you go to play that even, depending on what it is, it can be pretty fast. I tend to learn new licks at a little bit slower than that, at like 50 beats per minute. Just don't fall for the social media trap that in order to play bluegrass, it has to be blazing fast. Slow it down. It still is really fun. It's still going to be a challenge if you play these instrumentals, licks, whatever it might be, at that 60, 70 beats per minute. And then from there, you can speed it up over time. And I know I might sound like a broken record because every bluegrass teacher online preaches the same thing: slow and steady wins the race. But truly, if you do want to get a handle on playing this style, that is the approach. That being said, if you want to go from couch picker to bluegrass picker and you have no idea where to start, maybe you've downloaded a tab before and you go to play it, and it's really intimidating and you can't figure out where your fingers go, that's why I built Flatpick Foundations. It's my beginner-friendly bluegrass guitar course. It's helping hundreds and hundreds of folks around the world finally understand how to play this style of music, and doing it at a fraction of the cost of what you might pay an in-person lesson or a guitar teacher online for that matter. So go check out Flatpick Foundations. I'm in the middle of a massive update here. It's February 2026. All kinds of new lessons. And if you get in on the lifetime access, you'll pay one price and you'll get everything now and everything in the future as well. Check it out, and I hope this helped you on your bluegrass journey. Folks, we'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.